Hey everybody, it's Basil Tarot. How are you tonight or today, wherever you are, whatever time it is? Ooh, got a Leo that just popped through pretty strong, real strong Leo energy, or maybe for my Leos. This reading, oh yeah, beginning of new love. Anyway, we'll get to that. Somebody was trying to really push through. So this is going to be a love reading, but about a past person, someone you've broken up with, you're not, or maybe so you're not talking to anymore, but definitely something that has ended. Maybe you're wondering how they feel about you. Maybe there'll be some information that'll come through that you need to know about them, that the universe wants you to know. So we're just going to take it sign by sign. We're going to go through it all in this reading. My next reading I'll post, it'll be all signs again, but it'll be your present person. If you have a present person, we'll check in with that, or if anybody is coming in now. And then we'll do a third video in the series about the future person, if there's somebody who you've either been with in the past or now that will go forward, or a new person. So let's take a look. I'm going to start with Aries because we're still in Aries season right now, just for a few more days. So as I'm shuffling, thank you so much for being here. And if you would, I would love it if you hit the like button and say someone's name and send love and light forward to whoever that person is. I'm sending love and light to you, and we'll get a nice chain going on. All right. So what do we got for Aries? Past person for Aries. All right. Someone is trying to offer love. White horse is about, it's a symbol for forgiveness, apologies, somebody who maybe you were in a full-time relationship with this person. Maybe now they're actually, if this is a person in the past, maybe they're looking forward. Okay, what I'm getting out of this, yeah, they're wondering, did you put them behind you completely? Do you have anybody new? Because this person is, there's somebody in the past that maybe that now they said, okay, I'm just going to look forward. This is, again, another study, just looking forward. Could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. They may have had someone, but if you see the elbow isn't around that second person, they might be there, but they're not together. They're not seeing whomever they're with long term. They want to have a big conversation with you and clear the air. Now look, she's holding the wand. This one was going around. So to me, and the black cat is, for me, I always call him Frank, because this is what this is all about. What you see is what you get. This is about saying it, not beating around the bush, putting it out there. What you see is what you get. Think about being Frank. And maybe we have another opportunity. Somebody wants to apologize. Somebody wants to start something. So I feel like your past person, Aries, may be coming around again. I have the bottom. I have King of Cups. This is a big love, their biggest love, because it's the king. Doesn't matter what gender, but it's the top, so it's the most. So this person realizes, yeah, you're the person they love the most, or maybe this is about you wanting to, approach them. Maybe you're starting to see that this person was the most. All right. I do have two zodiac signs who just came in, just happened to be a Sagittarius, and I also have a Capricorn. Both of these are chronological. So what is it about? This is end of November through the end of December into January. That time period, what happened during that time period? It might be important to kind of revisit that a little bit. Maybe they want to talk to you about that. Maybe there's things they really don't know. But it's also about being patient. And again, there is a situation that somebody's not in a good relationship. They could still have bad habits if that was what, why you broke up to begin with. So they're just saying, yeah, let's, just be patient. I feel like there's still some things they have to work out, but it seems to be this conversation about with you seems to be really important. All right. So, yeah, before they come riding in, it could have to do with money and career, an inheritance for some people. So maybe They're just biding their time, focused on work before, but this feels like it's in motion. Okay, like it's going through somebody's head, whether it's you or that person in the past. All right, Aries. We'll see. Let us know what happens. Put some comments below. We'd love that. All right, so after Aries, we go into Taurus. And by the way, happy birthday, Aries, for all my late Aries. Taurus, you are coming up in a couple days. Happy birthday to you coming in. Let's see what's going on with your past person. Oh, okay. It's the card of passion. Somebody is having some pretty steamy thoughts, just so you know. They're thinking about the chemistry the two of you had. They're thinking about, those moments. But it's also an ace, which is a beginning. They could be thinking about when you first met, because you know how great that wildness is when you first meet. This also could be they want to meet again. It could be reconciliation. At the bottom, I have the High Priestess. She is all about soul searching. This person, this Taurus, well, if it's you or your past person, they're really thinking about who's been my passion in my life so far. Who has really, checked all those boxes? And they're thinking about that. So for Taurus, this is, again, all the pomegranates in her halo, all those little seeds. Mind is really going, thinking about all the different scenarios, but Ace of Wands. Okay, I did get King of Swords here and the Tower. Somebody said something. So maybe there was an argument or a discussion, got heated. The King of Swords says things that kind of hurt or biting. Somebody's only thinking about themselves, can be a little self-absorbed. So whether they felt that you said something a little too strong, or you're like, no, this person's a jerk, and that's what caused this breakup. Now it looks like they want some harmony. That's what Six of Pentacles is. It is all about harmony. If there was about somebody who's thinking about themselves, there was like one person here who wasn't getting attention or affection or emotion. And this is, to me, this is saying, somebody should have been paying more attention. I should have been paying more attention, putting myself more into this relationship. They could be thinking that about you as well. If it was between two people, maybe they realize now they chose the wrong one. This is about happy couple, happy home. We started with passion, but now we have, for this couple, again, the earth sign, that's you. So it could be with another earth sign, another Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Together, the two of you have all of the emotional and financial stability a couple could have. And they're like, no, I'm all in. We're side by side. We'll pull this through together. And that's a big move forward. So right now, they're trying to make a choice. Or maybe you're trying to make a choice. You have a little crescent moon there. I'll read that as the new moon. The next new moon is April 27th. So just know either if you're thinking about this person from the past or they are, it feels like things have not calmed. So maybe if this was a really harsh and kind of ugly Tower ending, there's been enough time. Things have cooled down. They're calmer. And somebody's really kind of taken emotional inventory here. They're like, yeah, Taurus was passion. We had everything. So, yeah, okay, I got the soulmate card. Okay, so who is this Taurus? This is the soulmate card. So somebody is having a huge aha moment here, that you were the whole package, or you're seeing now maybe they were the whole package. So that's what's going on with your past person. And now I have Taurus on the bottom. It really is up to you. If it's your card at the bottom, that's the underlying energy. It is all up to you, Taurus. And this is about turning the page, starting a whole new chapter. If you want another chapter with this person. It's up to you. Okay, so it's up to you. So good luck with that, Taurus. All right, who's after Taurus? We have Gemini. So Gemini, what's going on with Gemini's past person? Oh, I got a Sagittarius right off the bat. Who's that? Does that mean anything to you? And now next to that, I have a Pisces. Okay. What have we got? Pull one more. Okay. So this is someone who needed space. They needed to step away. They needed to put things in order, kind of figure out what's going on in their heart or how they really feel. We got a stained glass window. So someone is maybe saying, I need a little faith. I just need that time. You're still there, or they're still there. You haven't left their side, or vice versa, while this is happening. And maybe somebody's like, you know what, this is, I'm just going to be patient. I just get through every day. This will work out. Somebody's thinking about reaching out to you, or vice versa. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, what I think the message is they're like, I got the I miss you card. They're really just focused on grief and loss. They're only thinking about what went wrong, that they hurt you or they felt hurt. All they have to do is turn around and see what was good, what is still standing in this relationship. Because I feel like out of the 5 cups, right? They're only focusing on the 3 things that went wrong. There's still 2 things that are really fantastic. All they have to do is turn around and look at it. So it's like they're only focusing on those things that really aren't the whole picture. Okay, so somebody may be thinking, but you're still in play here. You're still in play here. Again, we started with Sagittarius and an Aries. They are thinking about reconciliation, but it has to be mutual. That's a key here. And there could be a sense of healing in this relationship. If you come back together, it's about making a deal, shaking hands, but it's a love partnership. Eye to eye, toe to toe, cup to cup. So it could also be, for some of you, Gemini, it could also circle around someone's health, right? That symbol there. So besides emotional healing, maybe someone realizes, if somebody is having a health issue, that you need them, they need you. And they want to put in the effort and work on this situation. If they weren't great communicators, this is about, okay, I'll every day, I'll reach out, because that's what this is. So Gemini, I feel like there's a sense of healing that needs to happen here, one way or the other, because we had the card with the 4 of Swords. There's still someone by your side. So either, in order, if you want to completely get over them and get past them, it looks like this conversation needs to happen. You need to come eye to eye on whatever happened, okay? Or they are with you. So whatever ended, somebody's missing you, there's some inner struggle, or there was a fight. I feel like there's an effort that needs to be made to kind of come to a resolution one way or the other. It still feels like it's hanging there. The energy is, you're in between being completely broken up and getting back together. So I feel like that's a really tough energy to be in. Yeah, my gosh, that's exactly what it is. 1 foot here, 1 foot there, not really sure what you want. Do I want to get back together, or do I want to walk away for good? So Gemini, I think right now, this is, I got a Virgo now. It's about, this person feels apart from you, but the lantern is still on. There's a very strong sense that it's not done. It's not completed. So either way, whether you want it to start over again or not, there's still something left to do. There's still something left to say. Okay. So again, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo really strong in this read for you, my Geminis. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have Cancer. Cancer. Let's see. What's going on with your past person? What's going on with your past love, interest, connection person? Oh, ooh, you are just like Taurus. You started with Ace of Wands, which is very passionate, very, very sexy card. So somebody's got you on the brain thinking about good times. That's interesting. Okay. All right, you also have a Leo on the bottom. Really strong Leo. All right. There's something about either you for them or them for you that someone really it's the card of strength. So one person is very helpful to the other in all things in life. And there's someone in your past who, if that was who you were for them, they need that right now. It's kind of like you're the one who tamed the lion's roar. You kept them in check for life things, because it looks like they're thinking about you. They're remembering all of the passion and the chemistry, your strength, all of those things. I got the Magician card here. That's about my card for digital messages, text, phone call, email, whatever, however you communicate. And it's like they want to tell you about something specific. They may use an excuse about work. Just so you know, that's what I'm really picking up on this. I feel like they just got a huge promotion, or now they're running a department or a company. They started a company. It's a big job. And they put a lot of time and effort into building this. Maybe you helped them do this. And that's also why they're thinking about you, or this could be you, you creating a job, you doing whatever. And now this is about moving forward. They want to be side by side. This is like total support. So don't be surprised if someone from the past uses a work scenario to reconnect. So either if you post something that you just got a great job, or you just open something, they may come through social media and just say, hey, oh, congratulations. It's something to open the door to communication. They want to, they want to be supportive, but they want to move forward, because that's with Chariot. They want this relationship to keep moving. Okay. Again, that has something to do with a Leo, or it could have been something like the end of last summer, or you're starting something, but expect a message to come through about work. It's going to be how they open the door, or for you, if you see your ex post something, go for it. Yeah, it's the happiest. They'll be really happy. It's the happiest card in the deck. It's the Sun. It's brand new. It also can be a startup. So if somebody's starting a new company, that's really White Horse is about apologies, forgiveness. That looks very positive. And you got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. So someone is launching something huge. This is, or maybe someone even offers you, you're looking for your life purpose. You're looking for work, or you're doing something. And this person hears about something and uses that as a reason to reach out to you, saying, oh, my boss is looking, or you'd be perfect for this. It's whatever it is. Not only is it the biggest money card in the deck, okay, it is destiny. So there's something with this past person needs to come back in one way or the other for you. It either helps you financially and with your career move forward, or it's destined through this opportunity to reconnect with this person. What I'm getting is you're side by side with this person. Very much a twin flame energy here, yin and yang. You balance each other out. Yeah, they've been again near you. Their energy is still there. I do get a friend zone card though. Just I was going there because I'm like, I'm not necessarily seeing, at least now, we'll see what the future card reading is. It may be opening the door to being side by side and supportive. I do get the friend zone card, best friend energy. Whether this turns into a reconciliation, which this could be, reignite passion, but it may take a bit. We'll have to see what that looks like in the future. Ace of Swords. We got two aces. They have an announcement. They have something to tell you. This is something you didn't know. This is about secrets being revealed. And this is also anything you were confused about with that person. That is going to clear up. So if it's like right now, they're going to, it's going to take a while. Okay, Cancer, it's not going to be right off the bat. But don't be surprised if someone you haven't talked to is going to come back in. Okay, and it may be around your work or theirs or someone in and around that. But don't be surprised. Okay. All right, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? We have Leo. All right, Leo and your past person. What do you need to know? That just popped right out. Somebody's still crushing. There's still some blossoming. What is this about? What is this about? Something's growing between you and a past person. There's a Sagittarius that came in. Somebody who's okay, I'm getting, oh, and I have a Capricorn. Okay, but I see now you're like, no, I'm really focused on my career right now. And how many people are getting the sexy card? That card is really popping. Nobody knows, really popping out right now. Okay, what I'm getting for you, Leo, your past person. Again, I got Sagittarius and I have Capricorn here. Both, I'd say if there's more than one, maybe there's more than one person. They still have feelings for you. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, somebody's just waiting and being patient. Someone is, they're either in a toxic situation and they're thinking about you, or I can't say that they're having negative thoughts of you because the rest of the cards don't line up with that. But I see you're really focused on career and money, unless you're you have something going on with someone in a financial situation. But again, Ace of Wands, that's something new. And at the bottom, it's changing directions. And it's also changing directions emotionally and financially. So let me clear that up because I've got like 2 or 3 stories going on here, Leo. You got a lot. You are on fire. A fire sign, you are on fire right now. Okay. I'm also reading this on a Sagittarius moon. So that could point out to a Capricorn more than the Sag, but I wouldn't rule that out. Could be any sign. Doesn't have to be that. But it could have been that time period. What was starting to blossom? What was starting to happen with this past person, say from like November 21st all the way through January 19th? You were focused on your career, but there was a lot of passion at the same time. So maybe this person, if you started to see them or they're thinking about you, maybe things are about to change. Or things are about to grow into a more romantic thing again. It was because somebody was holding on to their emotions too tightly. So it was there. So I think this is what you need to know, Leo. The feelings with that person were there and they were real. But somebody was in a bad place and couldn't open up. someone who was focused on their money and career. They needed time. The feelings, the passion, the chemistry was there. It was their choice not to go for it with you. So if that's what happened, something in and around the end of December, anywhere from the 25th to New Year's. Yeah. Okay. Now what's growing? So it went from passion to it's going, they're like, I love this person. You might even be wedding material. This is happily ever after, happy couple, happy kids. And I got the Lovers card. All right, Leo. Whoever this past person is, you put them on ice, but you absolutely melted that ice. So here they are. Now I think they took that time. Maybe they had an excuse for it, or maybe it was you. But I think this person is coming around. You got the Passion card. You got the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. The two biggest love cards there are. Happy couple, and the person they love most. And it starts with Lovers. So if this was someone, it's also a Gemini. If someone from your past you were interested in, and you dated a few times, and you really liked this person, but it didn't quite get to that point, you know what I'm saying? Maybe there were some nice steamy kisses, but it didn't go further than that. And then they backed off. The feelings were real. And I think they're starting to realize that. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, Leo. They withdrew. It's also a Virgo card, but the lantern is still on. They may be stuck. They don't know how to approach you, or maybe you didn't see that. Or maybe at this point they're afraid you're going to say no. But anyway, that past person, it's evolved. Let's just say that. And the feelings were there. Especially it feels recent. It just, there was something that they had to step away. Whether they were in another relationship or they just weren't ready to take that to another level with you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. Who's next is Virgo. Virgo, you and your past person. Okay. That flipped over in the deck. And it's the first time that came out. And that is the ex. That's someone, the lying, cheating, stealing. And I have the soulmate card on the bottom. So what was the lie? What was this cheating? Something gets revealed. Somebody was holding back on something. Somebody got hurt here. Who got hurt? Virgo. Was it you or was it them? Somebody really got hurt. Was there someone else who was somebody who is, one of those people who all of a sudden they're like overly fashionable, overly made up, overly like fancy car, overly everything. They're like the shiny new object, and whoever you are with went in that direction, or vice versa. There's just feels like there was somebody was juggling two people here. And that was where the lie, the cheating. And that was why they were holding their feelings back. You may learn more about that situation from them. Because now, that just flew right out. They're thinking about putting that person behind. And then, but they're pretty sure that if they reach out to you, you're going to say, hell no. You've turned a corner. This is also a Taurus. I got the soulmate card. And somebody who's financially very stable, and 10 of Pentacles. So is this about you, Virgo, saying whoever that person was in the past, I think you're going to find out information about if they chose someone else who was than you. I think you're going to find out that that's about falling apart right now. And so that's why they may be thinking about you. And then they're like, yeah, no, that person. or you're saying hell no, because you have somebody else, whether you're with them or not right now. My Taurus card, this is about a new chapter. You have your soulmate. You have someone who is very emotionally grounded in the best way, financially grounded in the best way. They could work for themselves, have their own business. And you're like, yeah, that's who I want to be with. You could be with this person already. So this other person may find out about that. Let's see if they're still going to. Queen of Cups. She loves her head and her heart. She's nurturing. She's loving. They may, okay. So I feel like they want to, I'm not getting apologies. I'm not giving forgiveness. I'm not getting them, putting their big pants on and contacting you. They need you. They want something from you, and because their feelings are hurt or they're in a bad place, and that you always were that person. But what I feel like that big movement is, this is a group of friends, a group of coworkers. It's where you go, whether you go, out, where do you frequent? Where would they know to accidentally run into you? Because that might just be how they're going to approach this. It's kind of the coward's way out. Right now, they're just on hold. They're trying to figure that out. There seems, okay, I'm just going to put it for some of you. There seems to be someone who is having issues with money, and it's not you. It's them. So that fancy person that I said, the one that's overly fashionable of fashion clothes, maybe they were chasing them for money as well. They thought they were going to set them up financially and then find out that's wrong. And now they're like, oh, let me go back to Virgo. Virgo's good with money. That'll get me going. I need the help. And that's what they want to have, this big conversation with you. But you're no way. Nope. You're only going with the person who is already fills all of those boxes. So that's kind of an interesting read. So yeah, there's going to be a big aha moment for them. I'm feeling you're loving this, Virgo. I'm feeling like you're loving this. You've way moved on from this person, but whatever that situation was, you're going to now see what happened to that, and it ended badly for that past person. And now they realize, oh, I need financial help. I need somebody to listen to all my tales of woe. Oh, Virgo will help me out. And Virgo's like, forget about it. I got somebody else, and they're the real deal. And so enjoy the moment. Okay. Just enjoy that moment. All right. Who's next is, Libra. All right, Libra. What about your past person? What are they thinking about you? What can you expect from them? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? They got their eye on you. They're asking around about you. They're stalking your social media. They're looking at what you're posting. They're thinking about making basically a half-assed attempt to ride in, going, did Libra really put me in the past? Do I still have a chance? If I say all the right things and wine and dine them and cry and do all those things, do I have a shot here? Because they're like, oh, I loved you the most. Or are they going to, you've tried a few times and you're like, nope, not interested. They may come around one more time, but there's a big fight. Or they're conflicted about whether to reach out to you, but they have their eye on you. They're thinking you're looking pretty good these days, because you are. They're thinking you're looking pretty good. I got a Scorpio. It's the first time Scorpios come out in this reading. So this is about a big change and transition as well. So they're thinking maybe they can change things. Maybe this time around things will change. Again, big time Scorpio energy here. They're like stressed. They're not sleeping. that you're on their mind. And again, about putting them, whether or not you put them behind, and if you're really with someone else, because that, you can see, I always point that out. That elbow is a knot, including, it's in front of that wand. So maybe they don't believe the person that you're with. If you are with someone, they're like, oh, well, Libra hasn't really committed to that person yet, so maybe I still have a chance. If I tell them everything they want to hear, and I layer it on really thick, and you're like, nope, I'm done, out of here. I got the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. You may be done. They still think they can come in. So just so you know, Libra, yeah, no. This card, I don't know what is going on with the heavens, but almost every sign has gotten the sexy card. So their imagination is running wild. Just putting it out there, steamy, you name it. It's all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, they may want to come towards you, but you're like, no, bad habits, nope, run, run, run. And it's a Capricorn. So that's what you get, Libra. Okay. So again, we've started with, they're checking out, you're watching your social media. So they may be just kind of waiting for the opportunity to kind of dive back in. All right. Now we have Scorpio. Let's take a look at Scorpio's past person. What they're thinking, what their actions may be coming in, what's going on in their life. What's going on with Scorpios? Oh, they're thinking about coming towards you, or you're thinking about going towards them. It's also vacation. It's travel over water. But they're taking their time. It's also a Sagittarius. They're taking their time coming towards you. They're focused on their career and you know, making as much money as they possibly can. They could work for themselves. They could be an investor. They could work in banking. Or this is what you're doing. They may be starting their own business. But they're biding their time. Maybe they're waiting till like all of the riches come in and they can really tell you and brag about what they're doing. They want a steady future. They're also looking, they made a decision. They want to tell everyone, they want to tell you that this is about a long-term committed relationship. And it broke up. So, Scorpio, who is this? Is this someone you dated in the past who you thought was going to get married or was married or living with someone and they were going to be with that forever person? Nope. And they haven't told you yet. That's what they're waiting on. They haven't, they're not telling you just yet because they're sad. They feel, it's also grief and loss. So if they're thinking about you, because this is what the reading is about, they probably go, oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I chose the wrong person. They're kind of sitting and worried. It's the pity party, okay? And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, so after now they're being patient, now, okay, now there's the big love card. They should have married you. Or bought a house. It's signing a legal document. Yep, I got the crush card. They see you as the one. There were two people. They chose the wrong one. That's what you got, Scorpio. They want marriage. They want the long term now. 4 wands are also 4 walls, so it could either be about buying a property, but it's more like, yep, they knew that they were holding off on their love. They were holding back, and they were fooling around. I still have a third party situation here. They chose wrong, and now they know it, and they're not ready to tell you yet, but they will, just so you know. So that's Scorpio. All right, now Sagittarius. I'm a Sag, so I want to see. What's that past person? What is that past person thinking about, feeling? What's going on with them that I need to know? I got Sagittarius right there on the bottom. All right, maybe they're thinking about us, Sag. They're also holding off. They're just kind of going through life. They figure life is going to just work out magically. They got their toe in the water, though. That's about kind of stepping back into emotions. I could also read that maybe they've had a dream about Sagittarius. An Aquarius. Of course it is. Of course it is. Sag and Aquarius are like peanut butter and jelly. All right. How many of you, my Sages, have dated or married an Aquarius? Me, way too many. They're hopeful. They want to put, whether this is you or them, they want to put the past behind. They want to just be in the present, and it's about being vulnerable and open. It's the star of hope. Wishes come true in love. Oh boy. All right, text message, email. Somebody's reaching out or somebody's thinking about it. They're analyzing, what do they want? If you reach out to this person, Sag, or what do you want? What do you want? It's analyzing love, all the things you want in love. Now, the thing about Magician, and especially with Aquarius and Sag, this is my player card. Are you wondering if they're still a player if you reach out to them? How can you find out? That's possible. Happily ever after. Happy couple, happy kids. If they were in a relationship, they've withdrawn. They could be separated. Or if this was you, and this was you were their forever love person, or vice versa. It's also a Virgo, by the way. This is them doing some deep thinking, some inner work. It's also taking a leap of faith and going for it and go, what the hell? I might as well just reach out to them. I have nothing to lose at this point and start over. They're not gone. The lantern is still on. Okay, I got a Tower moment. Okay. All right, they see you. All right, they do want to offer love. There is an apology here that would come in. This is about self-love. They're really important. Self-respect. You're thinking about long-term. Should I do this? Think about it, Sag. Whether if this is you reaching out, if this was a player, are you risking your own self-respect here? But it feels like there's an aha moment, or there's a big shakeup happening. There's a big shakeup happening. Ooh, narcissist card. Why? That's an ending. So maybe something happened in their life. Narcissists are narcissists. We like to pretend that that can change. Really doesn't. Or maybe if it wasn't a full-on narcissist, if it was just somebody said something and it was taken the wrong way, and that ended something, now it's a new beginning. It's the sun and happy. So you need to decide. Again, it goes back to that 7 of Cups. Looking at your options here and deciding whether you should or not. If it's you wanting to reach out to someone, not lying to yourself and telling yourself the truth. Is this self-respect, self-care, self-love, like all of those things? We don't want to be in toxic relationships, especially if we manage to get out of them. You don't want to go back in. That's not what we're advocating here. We know we don't want that. If this was a situation where you had a fight and somebody said something or somebody blocked somebody and it was an otherwise healthy relationship, then yes, okay? But it's really important to know that, okay? At the end of the day, I got you again, us, Sag. It's up to us. It's up to us. Twice the Sag card came out. It's our decision. So if you're thinking about reaching out, or they are, I get the wedding card, of course I do. It would be a more stable situation going forward. It's also, I want to make sure that they're not married. Let's take a look at that. No, they haven't made a commitment about marriage or where they're living, but they are thinking about reaching out to you. It's also a Pisces. They may wonder if you're married or you're in a relationship or where you're living. I do get a sense that this Aquarius may live in two different places, two different cities. Do they travel for work? Two different continents. Yeah, they may want to work on the relationship. The only thing to be mindful of with this Knight of Wands, they may say what they think you want to hear, because this person's not always authentic. It's about going to see them, or you going to see them. Has this ever happened? Like you say, oh yeah, come, and they live in a different city, different place. You get there and they're busy. Oh, I have to work. Sorry. Watch that one. Okay, that came out pretty strong. Or this is a new chapter for them. And you. It's also a Taurus. It's also the world. So there is a sense of travel here. I do have a gondola here if it's in, Italy. But there's something destined about this. Again, make sure it's healthy. I'm not advocating going back to a bad situation. But there's something big money attached to this, or it's your destiny with this person. So that's what we got, Sag. Okay. All right. Now we have Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. What have we got? What have we got for Capricorn's past person, past love interest? How are they thinking about Cappies? Oh, a couple things popped out. Oh, that's the I miss you card. They're sad that how things ended is what I got. They may be really sitting in it. Maybe that's you. That it's in the past, but there's still an opening. That's how they feel. It's 9 out of 10. There's still an opening if you wanted to reach out to them, or vice versa. 3 of Cups. It's a celebration of love. It's a group of people. So why is that coming out? Has something to do with friends, gathering. Oh, going out. Ace of Cups. Beginning of new love or reconciliation. Peace. So, Capricorn, who is this person from the past that maybe you didn't block, you just haven't talked to, or maybe just very minimally? They're going to wait for like a public situation, or, going out with a group of friends. It's not a one-on-one thing. They're hoping to run into you maybe. And they want another chance, especially if it was between two people. Now they realize they made a mistake. And here's an X. And the X now is done. Whoever that was, especially if it was an Aries, I have Aries on the bottom. Whoever the person was that they either left you for, or however it played out, it was an X. They're done, they're broken up, and they're not speaking. So they're thinking about you. They're coming around again. I've got an Aries and Gemini here on the bottom. So I'd say they want to rekindle. Yep, they want to start. They still have passion for you. They still have those feelings. It feels like it stopped before it really took off. They like that you're very caring, that you love with your head and your heart, so you don't run away with emotions. There could be a distance issue. So if you live in two very different places, it's also the Cancer zodiac sign. We have the moon here, obviously. The next moon, or the new moon, is April 27th. So if that means anything to you. Today, the moon is in Sagittarius. But anyway, they feel like you're both on the same page. But they don't know what to do. I feel like if they were having any kind of inner struggle, or you were, one of you or both now has a sense of emotional stability. Like you've gotten really come to terms with how you feel about this person, or vice versa. There is a sense of travel, and maybe you're side by side now, like working this through, or that's what they're thinking, but that's somebody who's watching you. It could be maybe, if you're in a work situation, this is a Zoom situation. This is online dating. It's my dating app. It's social media. So they're watching you, especially if there's travel involved, and they're trying to make a choice of whether or not to reach out to you because they're thinking about it. And that's my Pisces card. So that's what you get, my Capricorn friends. All right, who's next? We have Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. What's going on with your past person? How do they feel about you? How are they thinking about things? What's going on with them that you would need to know? What's going on? Okay, your first person out. Your first card out. I love her. She's the cat's ass. I love her. There's this. Let me see. Make sure it's you. Oh, somebody. So who is this? Who Aquarius is not talking to? So somebody blocked somebody here. Yep, there was a fight or a conflict. So if this was you, or the person you're dealing with, this was somebody you thought was very fashionable. They were articulate. They were that person who lit up the room that everybody noticed. They had financially, emotionally, they were very stable. But now somebody got blocked and they haven't talked to this person. So either you blocked them, they blocked you. Let's keep going. Somebody's thinking about reaching out and offering new love. They want peace. And there's water. Water in tarot is emotion. So look at all those tears. If you offer or they do, somebody's crying. They're happy about this. Okay. I have an announcement. Somebody's taking the higher road here. So somebody may initiate. They also may tell you that, or you tell them you got a fabulous job, but I feel like somebody's more in control. This is Aries as well. Aries is right now. This is about wanting things back the way they were. It's also this like taking control and just keeping things stable. Okay. Wishes come true in love. Wishes fulfilled. That's what this Aquarius is. I also have a Leo on the bottom. Whether if this person's a Leo, there was a Leo involved. And I got the soulmate card. Aquarius. Who is this person? I feel like you chose, there was another lover in this situation. You chose between two, or they did. But now I get reconciliation and healing. So I feel, yep, all of a sudden, out of the blue, when you least expect it, somebody may all of a sudden say, okay, there's the crush card, somebody you thought of as the one. But I feel like you're both taking a leap of faith here. And it's a 0, so it's kind of starting over. Okay, we have an ending and a brand new beginning. The sun's out. Forgiveness and apologies. And success. So something's about to shift, but I think both of you, you want to check out the Sagittarius read, because that might have something, just because you are in that read. But the important thing here is really analyzing what you want in love now. We're going to read that next in the next video. But this is about, what do you want now? If this person does come back in, or you go finding that person and you become unblocked and you start talking again, before you do that, what do you really want and need? Because we change over time. They may have changed over time. So I think it's really important. I'm getting to know that before this happens. Okay? Good luck with Aquarius. Tell us how that goes. All right, now, last but not least, we have my Pisces. So let's look at your past person, Pisces. How are they feeling? What are they thinking? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Okay. All right. All right, the bottom of the deck. Who is this? Because this is my lying and cheating card. So there may have been someone in the past. What I'm getting out of this, you had a choice, or someone had a choice. And it was wishes fulfilled. However, for you, Pisces, especially with water and cups, this to me, it looks like a banquet table. Look at, it's a winery, it's a bar, it's a pub, it's a wedding reception. There was an event. There was just something very social, okay? And I got the soulmate card. You may know this person, or this was an event that happened where you grew up, or in the neighborhood, or near where you grew up. Maybe this is where you know this person. But again, you had a choice. Literally, soulmate or a best friend. I think that's what they're thinking. Again, this is somebody, you're a past person. Maybe you're not with this person. I'm not getting the sense that you're like blocked from them in any particular way. But I do have the Knight of Wands. Someone may come in and say, oh, I've changed how I feel. Maybe this person had something to do about a betrayal, whether that was with you or another person they were with. They have some secret they want to share with you. They want to explain something you never knew, something that always confused you. The thing that makes me nervous is it's a Knight of Wands about this person who wants to explain why they friend-zoned you when you thought you were the soulmate. The Knight of Wands tells you what you want to hear because they have an agenda. Knight of Wands wines and dines you. They're the person that you meet on the first date and says, I've waited all my life. You're the one. We're going to get married. They start buying you everything like it's that love bomb big time. So they're going to tell you, oh, yeah, I friend zone you, but now my feelings have changed. I'm sorry I hurt you, and I'm going to explain. So Pisces, just be on the lookout here, okay? Authenticity is super important with this, whatever you decide to do with this past person. I get the sense that I don't get the sense that it became unconnected. You can tell me in the comments below if you did block them, but I feel like this is someone you knew from home. Even if you don't live there anymore, there's a connection to family, something like that, or it could have a really strong European connection for all my friends in Europe. But just make sure you know the truth. Trust your gut. Your intuition's the only thing that's right 100% of the time. All right? But let me just pull two more and just see. It is somebody who's at a distance. Okay, yeah, all of a sudden out of the blue, they're going to come in. They say, we've always wanted the same thing. We're always looking at the same moon, but we've just been, living in two different places. And I got the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles can mean somebody who feels like now they're ready. I could read that. Maybe they weren't ready before. But honestly, with the Knight of Swords, what I'm kind of getting is this is about money. So I'm just going to put that out there. King of Pentacles is about someone who is sitting on the throne counting money. And it's from afar. So just make sure if someone does come back in who couldn't commit before and now is saying, oh yeah, well, you were my friend, but oh, I really have feelings for you. Ask yourself, what do they really want? Or ask them. I think that's super important. Because maybe this is you now, this King of Pentacles. You've got everything going on. They need something. They need something. Yeah. Big money. There's big money here. Somebody could be in a lot of debt and you don't know that. Just so you know. Ask the questions. Yep. Oh, they're gonna offer you love. They're gonna do all of that. So make sure you know. Okay? So that, my friends, is your past person, right? We'll see you for the next video for your present person, what their intentions are in going forward, how they feel, all that good stuff. So thank you again, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.